Sound check, check sound. 1, 2, 3. Can y'all hear me okay? We'll start here shortly. All right, I guess we might as well get started. This is the first topic because I hate this symbol so much, and that damn blue line flag, blue ISIS flag. We see this on cop cars and on tattoos and all over the place, on private cars that belong to cops and friends of cops. Is this really what we want to see? Our police departments and our police? Do we want to see them? This is the Punisher is not a good thing. Yeah, it makes a good movie. I like the movie, but we don't need cops thinking they're the Punisher, and they're the ones that go out and make the decision on who gets punished, and we see it all the dang time. Sometimes they actually stick to the law and punish people with it, and sometimes they don't. But they're not the ones that need to be doing the punishing. And this is vigilante. We know vigilantes are, we've seen how that works. And anybody that's looked at history knows how that works out. It doesn't work out good. So I hope over the years or months we get rid of this kind of thing. And it's not only costing the taxpayer money to do this, which shouldn't be spent. It's a message to everybody that we are not the good guys. We are not here to protect you. We are not here to serve you. We are here to punish you when we don't like what you do. And not only will we do it, the judges and the DAs will back us up, no matter what we do for the most part. So, here's a video. I think some of y'all have seen it, and I've been busy and I hadn't had time to get to it. So I'm going to go over this now. Whoop, I hit the wrong place. Now I got to catch back up to where it was.
We're responsible for what look like. I can't say. Right. Really? Because I don't know. I sure
Hope y'all can hear that. My readings show you should be able to.
I record all interactions with government agents, which is my right according to the Supreme Court.
But you know we're going to ask.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I've had a nice conversation with this gentleman right here, and we walked around and looked at art together.
Just so I can notify the other people here so they know what you're doing.
Well, what's my name going to notify them of exactly? Well, is that going to give them some insight?
It's going to give me insight because I'd like to know who you are.
And then what?
What's it going to give him any insight to? And he doesn't really want to know who he is as curiosity. He wants to know who he is so he can run him and see if he can arrest him.
Every day people walk through
you're singling me out for First
If they were doing
First
it, I would ask them
Amendment.
to. Yeah, if they were asking, if they were doing it, I would ask them to.
Right, but you understand this is a First Amendment protected activity, right? This is protected by the First Amendment. You see the Freedom Shine wall right there? Okay, so this is a First Amendment protected activity. You can't turn it into a suspicious activity. That would be like saying because I own a gun, that's a suspicious activity.
So anytime that a
Well, we
terrorist
don't let
organization
firearms
or
come
anybody
through here.
comes and takes pictures,
Yeah, you can
we
definitely
can't ask them.
No, you can ask whatever you want.
We
Well,
don't
I'm
know
asking
who
you.
you are.
That's
That's
why
what
I'm
I'm
asking
saying.
you.
Yeah, and I'm declining.
Okay, well then
Well, that.
you need to leave the building.
Yeah. You need to-
Here it comes. There it was, right there.
Okay.
You won't do what we want since you have a camera, and only because you have a camera, we are going to kick you out of here. You will not do what we want because you have a camera that we don't like. We're going to kick you out.
Public building.
If you have business here, you can be here. But
I
you
do
don't
have
business. What business do you have here?
My First Amendment activity is my business.
Now, what business do you have in the courthouse?
I'm recording for commercial
what?
and then
What commercial?
commercial and
What
news
business?
purposes.
Okay, what
Well,
business
I
are
do
you
a web
recording?
blog. I do a web blog.
Okay. For yourself or for somebody else?
Well, for me,
Who are
but
you-
other
who's your
people
employer
watch it. I don't need an employer. The citizens have just as much access to information that the news agency does, according to Glick versus Knuff. And that's the 11th Circuit that does have.
All right, we give you any information you want, but we're just asking for some information from you.
And that's
tit for
perfectly
tat, you know.
Exactly.
You got to understand that too.
But the problem is again, the authority in the state of Florida is no ID is required unless I've been suspected of committing a crime, am about to commit
All
a
right,
crime.
we understand that.
But we don't know if you're about to commit a
But
crime.
yeah,
And giving
You
you
could
my
be
name's not
suspect.
going to tell you that either.
And there it is. We don't know. But yet that's not good enough. Even though they know that since they don't know, then he doesn't have to ID, but they don't give up.
There, is it?
yeah, but if you're not doing anything wrong,
Is my
why do you
name
have a
gonna?
problem
Is my?
with
Is,
that?
well, because this is the whole rights thing. This is the whole. I have a right to do
So
this.
basically, you're just out to stir up trouble.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is that trouble? Why
It
is
is. It
So
is.
hold on.
Because
Here we go again. Lawful activity, and in fact, protected First Amendment lawful activity is stirring up trouble. No, you just don't like what he's doing because he's not kissing butt.
That's what you're doing.
So exerting my First Amendment right is stirring up trouble.
Well, you're taking pictures in a government building.
And
so that-
who owns the government building?
I'm asking.
I do. I'm a taxpayer. I'm also a taxpayer.
Right.
So am I.
Exactly. Oh, exactly.
And I-
So and you're
And
But I'm
gonna
also
protect
employed.
the building.
right.
To patrol this.
In your public capacity, you're here, but in your private capacity, you're a taxpayer just like me, and we own the
I
building.
understand, but that's why I wouldn't come here and take pictures of this and get the law enforcement all excited when they could be doing something else.
Well, they
We've
could
got
be doing
inmates
something else.
in courtrooms and
Of course
everything
you do.
else.
Yeah, I didn't ask you guys
And
to come
all
over
we
here.
didn't tell you had to leave. We just asked for your name.
Well, he told me I had to leave if I didn't give my
Well, if
name.
you don't, well, we're
If
going
you
to
don't
try
have
to.
business here, you don't
Yeah.
need to be here.
Am I the public?
But
Is
what
this
business
is
do
this
you have?
is this a,
All right, so it goes on, and he leaves. I'll put a link in the description later, and if y'all want to go, if y'all haven't already seen this, then you can go watch it. I think he was worthy of some extra subscribers. Can you turn up the audio just a hair? Am I loud enough, or is it the audio on the video that wasn't loud enough? And that was a question from Deadly Archer. But anyway, we're not going to watch any more of the video, but if my audio is too low personally. That was Rogue Nation. And this is cool. I didn't know you could do this, but you can detach the chat from YouTube, and you can move it to any screen you want, any place you want on the screen, or a separate screen, which makes it a whole lot easier for me to be able to see what's going on. Because I can put it, actually I got it right now, I got it right beside this where I can see it. I can move it over here where y'all can see it if you wanted to. Let me see here. It was okay. It was a video too hard to hear. All right, next time I'll crank her up a little bit. We can fix that. I can ask also right away when I put a video up. We start, and I'll ask if the audio is okay. All right, my audio is great. It's hard to tell sometimes because I can hear it a lot of times better than y'all can because I've got my earphones adjusted, and I can I've got it. I can do anything I want to as far as mine's concerned, but it's a little bit more difficult with what y'all are hearing because I don't know. All right, and here's something else I was going to bring up. And since he leaves, so he doesn't get arrested, it kind of goes along with it. But it was a video a while back. I can't think of the name. Let me check here. I think I got it written down over here. Oh, okay, yeah, it was Grampy Pants, and I did a little clip on it a while back, and there was a lot of comments about him giving up his ID so he wouldn't get arrested. So here's a question I'm going to put to y'all, and I have my own thoughts, and I'll let y'all know what it is after we go through this a little bit. If you have an auditor, and we'll just use auditor because maybe that person is not an auditor, maybe that person is just in a situation where they kind of trying it or find themselves in a situation and decide to turn the camera on. I don't think either way really makes much difference. If they find themselves in a position where they decide to ID, which I've always said it's up to the individual to decide what day and what place and what circumstances they do or do not give up their ID, because they're the ones that pay the price. Not me, not you, not anybody else. They pay for that price. But if someone comes to you or calls you or texts you or emails you with a hot tip on a bad cop, and what location it is, police department, whatever it is, and they say, this is what happened, maybe you should go check it out. Is that really any difference than somebody like Grampy Pants, who has done a few videos and is basically, I guess you would say, an auditor, but that day he decides not to? Well, is it that much different than somebody giving you a hot tip? You can still use that information. It still shows what kind of police department that is, and if that area has some other auditors in it, they can go back and do it again and see what happens. See if they've learned, or if they haven't learned, they can push them the rest of the way. And then, because like I said, part of when you don't ID, it is a way to show how deep the corruption goes. Maybe that person is not ready to push to see how deep that corruption goes, but it's, to me, and this is my stance on it, it is basically the same as a tip from somebody saying, we got a bad police department there. And my thoughts on that have kind of changed over time after seeing just how bad things can get and how one instance can really screw somebody's life up, especially if they're not ready for what could happen. And we do see some people go into this that really don't understand the level of corruption and just how bad and how much money it can cost them. And most people don't have a large war chest to fight this kind of stuff, and they find themselves in a bad spot. And the last thing I want to do is see a family go hungry, do without medicine, do without insurance, whatever it might be, because of a corrupt police department. So in the future, including, you know, myself included here, I hope we see a little bit more tolerance to those that decide not to ID, because it may happen to me someday as well, and I decide not to ID because I just can't afford it at the time. Maybe I come across some place where I wasn't planning on it, but I see something and I go in and I do my thing, and I got to have my wife at the hospital for a checkup or doctor's appointment in a few hours, but I just can't pass that thing up and I got to stop. Yeah, maybe I'll ID. I hope I never do. I hope I never do. I really do, because I really hate seeing that. But I think a little bit of latitude and slack should go out to some of those that have and will in the future ID themselves. Let's see, News Nebraska. This is just a beginning. PNP. They are trying to do this to break our will. Yeah, they are, and it's getting. They're organizing through their police chief organizations, through their unions, and coming up with ways to push us even harder, to push back even harder. Steven says no slack needed. Everyone has to use their own judgment, and that's what I'm saying. And for the most part, that's what I've said in the past. Everybody's got to kind of decide where their limits are and stop when they feel they've reached that limit. And so far, I haven't had ID. And like I said, I really hate seeing everybody do it, or anybody do it. But I've always said that it's up to them. I just have kind of got more lenient on my thoughts on it, and I thought people should. I thought it'd be a good topic to bring up, because when I put up a video where somebody IDs, man, do they just are giving them hell. A lot of people understand too, though. So it's just I think. A lot of the ones that are giving them hell for it just want to see how bad it can get. They're not here for the cause, or, for lack of a better word, misguided on things. Let's see. People that give ID will always get negative comments regardless of the situation. That's true. They will. But I also felt like it was a topic that I've been thinking about for a while, and today was the day I decided to bring it up. The wife is out with a couple of her friends. They get her out of the house for a while, give me a break, and I decided, since YouTube has trashed my site for taking a break and taking care of my wife, that it's time to start rebuilding, and I've been kind of thinking that over. Doing what I'm just doing today, showing a video and commenting on it, is kind of how I started out in the beginning. I started out with first audits and then commenting on videos, and I think I'm going to try to get back to it a little bit. I don't know how much yet, though. I've just kind of playing it by ear right now. Hopefully we'll be out auditing again pretty soon when the weather gets a little bit cooler and the wife gets recovered more completely from her situation, but she is getting much better. I see, if not daily, close to daily, I can see differences on her getting better. So there's the update for y'all that are interested in how the wife's been doing. Let's see, NJ Diver. Each situation is unique. To ID or not is a judgment call to individual based on circumstances they find themselves in. Of course, I agree. I don't like Stephen. I don't like seeing people give up their IDs, but everyone has to decide themselves. Yes. Joshua, yeah, thanks. Hey, Joshua, I never could get in touch with that video about some of the technology behind the scenes that we were talking about. I couldn't ever find that video on his channel, so he probably took it down, and I think you gave me his information, and I misplaced it someplace. So I'll be getting in touch with you soon and see if we can get back on that. Black Label, howdy. Everything's going good, Black Label. And Pink Camera Magic is here. Danny Boy is here. Bio Bandit, Mystery 13, David Denny, Newsnow, Nebraska. I'm sure I missed some. DMC 68, DMC 68. So anyway, I'm going to try to do some stuff to help rebuild the site. I'm down to about 1/10 of what I was getting, and from best I can see is because I didn't put up as many videos as I was doing, and that's the only thing I can find. I looked at all the information I could look on it and find on it. That was it. And I got some, from what I understand, from somebody that follows how YouTube does their things. That was the problem. I slowed down. I wasn't putting up enough stuff, so they trashed my site. And it was just getting to the point where it was paying for the bills for the things that I pay for to do this, and keeping up with, trying to get some new stuff to be able to do things better, and still have a little bit of money left over to keep helping people when they get in trouble. So hopefully we'll get back there. Putting up videos and getting people to watch is the main thing. So hopefully I will come up with some interesting content for y'all, and in return y'all will watch. All right, let's see here. Anybody have anything they want to comment on? And I think what I'm also going to do is I've got a new phone system here. I'm still trying to get it to work right. I can make it work in a roundabout way, but I don't like it. But I think I'll try to get some more guests on too, through the Zoom, where we're doing video conferencing and going live with that. I will probably, in fact, in this video, in the comments after it comes back up, I'm going to make it public. If y'all will leave some suggestions on who y'all would like to be on and talk to, let me know, and I'll do that. And I will also, as different topics turn up, I will bring those to you. Let's see. Any new updates on Bio? No, I don't have anything new. It looks like, it's just still where it was. I've watched most of what Freeman's been putting out, and he didn't have anything new today that I saw. So, hello, Texas Rose. Thanks. Let's see what else is in the comments. Yeah, Congress would love to screw us out of the First Amendment. But then it's not just Congress, it's YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and just about every place you can think of where you can get your information out is coming down on us, or trying to find ways to do it. All right, 30 minutes. I think I'm going to come back on later tonight. I got some other things to talk about, but I got to get some things done around the house while the wife isn't here, and so she doesn't try to do them when she comes back. And hopefully I will be back with y'all this evening. If not, I will do it tomorrow. But I'm going to try to come back this evening. See, PNP, will pending court case be helped in appeal. I'm not real sure what you're asking there, but we usually find that we need to go to appeals courts to get justice, because the local courts are usually pretty bad. There we go. With 3 screens, I lose my cursor. I forget where I left it, and I have to frickin' go looking for it and move it around. All right, everybody. I'm going to go get some stuff done around the house, and I will see y'all this evening, hopefully. And thanks for stopping by.